Recording. Marley St. reporting, interviewing Phineas Webrich, February 17th, 1894. Apologies for the formalities, Mr. Webrich.
I am familiar with the practices, Mr. Clark, and please, call me Phineas.
Of course. An easy question for the audience. What are your thoughts on St. Ember as a city?
Oh, it's a wonderful place. Growing up here, watching my roots fully take hold, St. Imber's hospitality and willingness to accept change has been nothing short of splendid.
Man of change, I see.
Of course, having the space and capacity to provide such change, it makes a man feel important. I have always desired to make that change.
Was St. Ember always the plan?
Where else would mean more than my hometown? I have walked the streets and desired change with every step, and I have succeeded.
Has it been easy, becoming such a pioneer of change?
No, not always. I have found that creatures from the past always like to resurface in the present. From starting my business, pushing through doubters and naysayers, finding myself in a place where I truly belong. It was quite a journey.
How do you feel your change has affected St. Ember?
Positively. Job opportunities, a foot into the door to the world of manufacturing and business. I refuse to become single minded.
If you'll allow a journalist to speculate, rumors are that you're looking to expand into other ventures. Is there any truth behind them?
Goodness, I thought you were about to reveal something scandalous.
Only if there's scandal to find.
Yes, there is truth. It's all business talk and meetings and finances, etc. But this is not a rumor. It should be a known fact that I am always looking to expand my business.
Apologies for the interruption.
Not at all, Charlotta. Thank you for the tea.
A new maid?
Not new, ever so gentle though. Reminds me of the days when all young women were delicate, innocent, excited to be courted.
You sound like you miss it.
I miss the simplicity. I am, admittedly, a man who enjoys things going my way.
Any man would be remiss to say otherwise. Your factory empire is proof of that.
An empire? What a descriptor. I quite like it.
I shall be sure to include it in the article.
Oh, I like you bulletin lots.
Moving onwards. People know you grew up in St. Ember, perhaps sat next to you in classes. Anything you have learned from your time as a youth? Or tales from Woodstyn Academy?
I remember Bernard having a few rather raucous tales in that self indulgent interview he did. Was that with you?
It was.
He knows his men well. I admit it is a touch incorrect to say that I was schooled there. Due to my less than ideal upbringing, I often hid in the back row of some classes, unenrolled and unwelcome. While I am sure the staff were desperate to rid of me, I do not regret it one bit. A fine education is the cornerstone for any successful man.
I'm surprised that it is not a more known fact about you, from a journalistic perspective.
I do well to keep myself clean, no matter how often Bernard enjoys the occasional poke, at my expense.
I would love to know more about your relationship.
Perhaps more of a bulletin dinner rather than an interview question. Which, if you have any more.
Leading on then, you mentioned that education is an important aspect of success. To get a little more personal for the readers, how would you handle this for your own prospective family?
Of course, the education of my family is paramount. As someone who prides upon his success as a result of my studious upbringing, it would be entirely wrong for me to not provide that for my own children. I can only dream of the success my offspring shall achieve, although perhaps not to overshadow my own,
Ah, a man of high standards for himself.
and those around me, I can admit that.
How pragmatic. Was that mindset always a part of your life?
No, maybe once in my bloodline, although I rekindled that flame. I grew up in a family that had little work ethic, little respect. desperate for action. Now I create it. I provide the opportunities young men had to fight for. I give employment to men as eager as I for the change and betterment of humanity. I am only surprised it took a man like me to finally push the rolling ball of success.
Resounding words. You are a man built to be interviewed.
Now you sound more like Bernard, with less of the sarcasm.
I am sure that will come in time. And if I am to emulate your friend, perhaps I should ask a more difficult question to answer.
By all means.
Your marriage to Rosemary Woodstyn was certainly controversial. How did it come to be?
That is hardly difficult. She was interested in me, I was interested in her. We courted, we married. I fail to understand your question.
Then, if you don't mind me asking, what of her alternate suitors?
A strange question, but not one I haven't answered before. Franklin is in the past. He was unable to keep her attention as I did, although I do not deny the difficulty it caused Rosemary in the transition period. I still do not believe my father-in-law has forgiven me for my transgressions, no matter how innocent my intentions were.
And how innocent were those intentions?
How innocent is it to woo a beautiful lady's heart? Are you married, Clark?
Engaged.
Then you understand.
Holloway has hardly been silent about your dislike of each other.
Turn that recorder off, and I'll be very loud about my dislike of him.
I don't think that would be wise, Phineas.
You're right. Far too hasty of me. I have seen his name and money floating around, trying to catch me out of business. But I have also seen many other names attempting to ride my own. A mark of a successful man is how many others attempt to claw up his legs.
Some powerful imagery.
I am a powerful man. I would love to invite you to a party, Clark.
Ah, one of your famed ones?
Famed for a reason. I'll send the details to Bernard and ask him to bring you along.
It sounds wonderful. Thank you for your time, Phineas.
The pleasure was mine, Clark.